It's Tuesday morning, rainy, soggy day. But either way it goes, this is Nikole Simmons Exposed. So check it out. I have a lot of insecurities, right? A lot of insecurities. Growing up, I didn't feel as though I was pretty enough. Didn't feel I was the right size, the right height. Of course, a lot of people have insecurities, which is why I'm kind of touching on this subject. But, insecurities really, really, really hit home when there are things that happen in your life that you feel you're not good enough for. And I'm at a point right now in my life where with my marriage, I feel like I'm not good enough with my marriage right now. And that's simply because we are going through the struggles that we're going through. Or we were going through even worse struggles. But I had to think to myself, is that just me that's having these insecurities or what? Because, if everything was right with me, then we wouldn't really be having the issues that we're having. So, that was the time where I really had to reflect on what it is about me. And I have to look at the fact of, did I settle? And not just did I settle in my marriage, did I settle with, my profession? Did I settle with who I am? And did I settle with my wife? When I settle with my wife, I don't mean could I have done better, with another person. I mean, did I really stop doing the things that I did, when we were in a lot of happy stages? A lot of people say you got to keep those things up. You got to, and it's hard because life gets in the way. Life really does get in the way. But when we were going through our trials and, and all that, I had to take some time away. So that's one thing that you definitely can't be afraid of doing. Take some time away. Take 4 or 5 days, however long you need. Get you a hotel room. You don't even have to leave the state. None of that. But separate yourself so that you can have time to think. That's what I had to do. I had to have time to reflect, talk to people that I know would be supportive no matter what the situation was and no matter what I wanted to do in the situation. And really clear your mind and write down, the pros and cons to the situation. Write down how you feel just to let it out. You know what I mean? Cry, boo-hoo, all of that. All of that. But at the end of the day, you can't necessarily put all of your pros and cons on your spouse. You have to put some of that on yourself too. You have to look at yourself and say, well, where am I lacking? And you can't look at your lacking as being insecurities. That can be, there's a thin line between lacking and insecurities. The insecurities are basically just what you think what do you think about yourself that, you feel just isn't good enough. Whereas when you're lacking, you simply just kind of gave up. You know what I mean? And there were certain things in my marriage that I gave up, but at the same time, there were certain things that she gave up. And I think we're at a point where I'm trying to get her to understand just where she gave up in the marriage, and she's trying to get me to understand where I gave up in the marriage. So, which is what caused a little bit of separation, between us. But the one thing I can say that, most people do is, if you really don't love each other, you wouldn't fight for it. If you really don't love each other or didn't love each other, you still wouldn't be in it. You know what I mean? And I don't have all the money in the world, so she ain't here for the money. I know that. You know what I mean? So it's just things where there is something about me that she really loves and she cherishes and she wants to keep with her. And there are things with her that I really love, I cherish, and I want to keep with me. And we're fighting. And that's the one thing you can do in a marriage is you can fight. But what you have to do in order to fight for that, you have to realize where in your marriage you was lacking. Communication, compromise. It could be loyalty, faithfulness. It could be anything, understanding, anything. But until you're able to sit down and actually talk and build on your communication, build on compromise, and build on your faithfulness, loyalty, all of that, if you can't sit down, talk it out, work out solutions, then it's never going to work. It's never going to work. Or you could just be stuck in a marriage and feel like you can just shut the hell up and let whatever's falling apart fall even further. I'm not doing that with my marriage. I'd be out the door before I do that. And she would be out the door before she does that. So that lets me know it's something special to it. And there is a lot of love in this marriage. And we're not ready to let that go yet. Now, will we let it go in the future? We don't know. We might. You never know. We don't know what the future holds. But as for right now, there's a lot of love in this marriage that we're going to work out. And we plan on working this out. So, you know, that's just a word of advice with that. So, don't focus so much on your insecurities. Especially when it comes to your life, your marriage, your career, anything like that. Insecurities hold you back. Insecurities equal failure. Right? Confidence equals success. So today, be confident. Be successful. Alright, see you later.